Hello everyone, starting from this video, and we're going to start to practice on a case where we are able to estimate the result for when we have the dependent variable that is binary. Okay, so here we're going to practice on two different models. One is the linear probability model, LPM. The other one is logistic regression. So for LPM, we do need to practice in terms of how to generate the estimate result from Excel. However, for the other model, the logistic regression, and like I said, it will rely on some Python or R, the coding skills. So therefore, I share the estimated result with you. Our main task is, first of all, are you able to, given those estimate results, to able to do prediction? And then the second is how to interpret the partial coefficient. And then lastly, we're going to look at how we are able to estimating the accuracies. Okay, also accuracy rate. Okay, starting, let's read the case together. So, CFA, certified, the Chartered Financial Analyst, is a very high prestigious certificate you can obtain if you are working at a financial industry as a financial analyst. So this data set you're going to see is relevant with whether the candidate can pass this CFA level 1. So totally CFA have 3 levels. So as you have to pass level 1 before you can progress to level 2 or 3. So each level getting harder and harder. Of course, we will get fewer and fewer people can pass it. So therefore, who are the charter holder are considered rare talent. So especially for students who never have any work experience, I think this is a really valuable certificate you should obtain if you are thinking working on the Wall Street as a financial analyst. Okay, so in this data set, we are trying to exploring the college student GPA and also the year experience in terms of how they are able to help us to predict if an employee, because all the data I'm going to show you, 263 employee are the current employee who took the CFA level 1. So we want to see these 2 factors, the college GPA and the work experience. How will that help us to predict if a current employee can pass the CFA level 1 test? Okay, so we will look at the data set together pretty soon. We're going to address in the following questions. The first is, estimate the linear probability model to predict the probability of the passing the CFA level 1 exam for a candidate with a college GPA of 3.8 and 5 years of experience. So this is what we're going to do in this video to addressing this question. Estimate the linear probability model, LPM, and then use the model result to predict a scenario related to the probability where the candidates, this candidate, CFA level 1 candidates, college GPA is 3.8 with 5 years of experience. Okay, so let's look at our data set together. Okay, here is our data set. And then as you can see, the first column is the binary. That is my Y variable. Again, I like to do this is to mark my data set so I will know later which column is my Y, which column is my X. Okay, so I also included D and E. Again, the data set, original data set does not have D and E. So D and E is something we're going to work on later after we move down the questions. Don't worry about D and E, so they are not my original data. So we're going to run this linear probability model, LPM, using A, B, and C column. Okay, again, linear probability model, LPM, is a linear model. However, logistic regression is not. Okay, logistic regression is not. Logistic regression is non-linear model. Okay, keep in mind. So you will have some questions in your homework related to this question. Okay, so now for the LMP, linear LPM, it's basically a regression model. So we are going to click the data, select data analysis, and then choose a regression. And I will click OK. So my Y range is in column A here. Let me select the column A. Okay, we have a lot of data here. Okay, and then we're also going to select the X range, so it will be the C and the F column, C and the B column. Okay, and then since I did include the labels, so I'm going to check the box labels. I'm going to name this new worksheet as linear probability, LPM, linear probability model. And then, as usual, we're going to check the 3 boxes in case you want to do the hypothesis testing. Diagnose. So we check the full box. We will leave the residual plot not checked. Okay, after that, we click OK. So now we are able to obtain this result. And as usual, select the whole spreadsheet and right-click the mouse, format the cells, changing the number to 4. Again, I love doing this so that I don't need to run my number down the road. So this already run it for me. Okay. This is the result for linear public model. Okay, as you can see, all the p-value are significant. So that means the GPA in college and the year of experience both had a significant impact and on the probability of the passing this CFA level 1 test. And then again, we're going to use this model to predict the scenario we've been given. Okay, so it's not a bad idea. We move back here. So basically what we know here, okay, I'm just type my answer here. So for question number 8, okay, so that model we did is the pass will equal to, what is my y-intercept? Oops. Okay, so it is equal to pass. Oops. Okay. Equal to the negative. Sorry, let me just go back to the previous one. It would be easier for me to do that. Okay, so I'm going back to, so question number 8's answer, right? Question number 8, the model we have here is a pass equal to negative 0.902 plus 0.28981 GPA plus 0.0404 experience. Okay, great. So this is A's first part, which is what is the model look like, right? So we already got that model. So my model is that. But now we were asked, let's say this candidate, the GPA is 3.8, has 5 experience. We try to predict what is the probability for this person going to be able to pass the CFA level 1 test. To answer that question, as we know here, so the GPA equal to 3.8, right? And then the other one is my work experience. Make sure double check. So how many year? 5-year work experience. Okay, so to predict that, I'll just plug in those values, right? We use Excel equal to y-intercept plus the partial coefficient to GPA times the GPA 3.8, and then plus the year experience, the coefficient for year experience times the year of experience. So then probability for this candidate pass the CFA level 1 based on the LPM is 43.43%. So he had the 43.43% chance to pass CFA level 1 test, given we are using LPM. Okay, so this is the answer for A, estimate linear probability model, and then using that model to addressing the issue about what is this candidate's chance to pass CFA given his GPA is 3.8, have 5-year experience. Okay, so in next video, we're going to work on question number B.